Yeah, I f***ed up during the time me and my wife were off. We weren't f***ing with each other for like a year. Which I gotta tell y'all my business because you motherfuckers is cheater. Y'all just a cheater. Cheating where? Where are they? Excuse me.
All right. Let's break this down in plain everyday language, because this isn't just another reality TV drama. This is a real legal fight that's been brewing for a long time. And now, Kirk Frost has hit Jasmine Washington with a legal move she didn't expect. Things have taken a major turn, and it looks like Kirk might finally have the upper hand. If you've been following the story, you'll remember Jasmine is the one who set this whole thing off back in 2016. She came forward claiming that Kirk was the father of her son, Cannon. On top of that, she shared details about their relationship, which caused serious problems in Kirk's marriage to Rashida. She didn't keep it quiet either. She made it public, and it quickly became messy. The situation exploded, turning into a huge scandal that Kirk couldn't easily escape. But Jasmine didn't stop after revealing the affair. She took legal steps, trying to get child support and have Kirk officially listed as Cannon's father. From there, things dragged out for years. There were court cases, questions about paternity, and lots of talk about whether Kirk was avoiding his responsibilities. The drama wasn't just in the courtroom, it was all over social media and TV. Now, after all that time, Kirk just pulled off a major legal win. The judge didn't just side with him. They completely dismissed Jasmine's claims. Whatever Kirk's legal team brought to the table, it worked. Her entire case was shut down, piece by piece. So now, people are wondering, what exactly did Kirk show the judge that changed?
Talk to you, Jan.
Whatever.
So what's the deal?
Honestly, let me say this. Me and you haven't really had any type of communication like this ever before. So like maybe me and you need to open up a communication line instead of him, me and him. Maybe it will be better that way.
You just told me my husband trying to you, and then you telling me you want to open up a communication line with me?
I mean,
Are you kidding me?
Everything. And what's next for Jasmine, who's been holding on to this situation for so long? Let's look back and unpack how it all got to this point. Imagine this. It's late at night, and everything on Kirk Frost Street is calm. Suddenly, all that quiet is shattered. Jasmine Washington shows up, not just knocking, but banging on Kirk's door like she's ready to start a fight. This wasn't just a quick stop. According to neighbors, she was yelling so loud it woke up the entire block. A peaceful night quickly turned into a wild scene straight out of a drama series. People looked out their windows, shocked to see Jasmine completely losing it. She was screaming about how Kirk had been ignoring her messages, not helping with child support, and leaving her and their son Cannon to deal with things alone. This wasn't a conversation. This was her letting out years of frustration. Some neighbors even thought maybe this was all for the cameras, but it wasn't a scripted moment. Jasmine was angry and she wasn't holding back. She shouted that Kirk had abandoned them ever since their affair went public. That scandal had been brewing for a long time, and that night, everything finally exploded. Jasmine had already gone after Kirk on Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, airing all their dirty laundry on TV. But this time, she brought it to his front door. Kirk wasn't about to just take it. He'd seen her act out before, but this crossed the line. He called the police, brought out his proof, and let his legal team take over. When the officers showed up, Jasmine was still going off. Kirk stayed cool and let them handle it. The police report described Jasmine as aggressive and out of control, and that paperwork later worked in Kirk's favor. But this night was just the latest chapter in a long and messy story. There were paternity tests, public arguments, and damage to Kirk's marriage with Rashida. Even after Kirk admitted to the affair and confirmed he was Cannon's dad, Jasmine didn't stop. She kept demanding more help and showing up when no one expected her. This legal moment might finally be the turning point, the moment when all the years of back and forth come to a head. This time around, Kirk Frost wasn't taking any chances. After the wild late-night outburst at his home, he acted fast to protect his space.
So dumb. And Kirk is so dumb. And he's just a cheater. Where the are the bitches that I'm cheating with? Help me out.
And his family. He didn't just brush it off. He took serious legal steps. Kirk filed for a restraining order against Jasmine Washington and hit her with multiple accusations. He said she was harassing him, showing up where she wasn't welcome, damaging his property, and causing him emotional stress. What really helped his case, though, was the security footage. The cameras outside his house caught everything. In the video, Jasmine could be seen pounding on his front door, yelling threats, and creating a loud, chaotic scene in the middle of the night. The clip backed up Kirk's version of events perfectly. It wasn't just her word against his. He had proof. And not just any proof. Clear, visual evidence that showed Jasmine wasn't just upset, she was completely out of control. Kirk's lawyers felt like they had a strong case. They argued that Jasmine had gone too far, and that legal action was the only way to set boundaries. The judge agreed, granting the restraining order, which now legally keeps her away from Kirk's home and personal life. It wasn't just a legal win. It sent a message that the back and forth had gone far enough. But Kirk's team didn't stop there. They started painting Jasmine as someone who just wanted the spotlight, claiming she was using her past with Kirk to stay talked about. They even suggested that her focus wasn't truly on her son, Cannon, but on clinging to fame. It was a tough accusation, but people started to believe it. And through it all, Rashida wasn't just watching quietly. She stood by Kirk despite everything, and now she's encouraging him to close this chapter for good. She's had enough of the drama and wants their life to finally feel peaceful again. For both Kirk and Rashida, this court decision wasn't just about winning. It was about putting an end to years of tension and
Sorry. Okay.
At the end of the day, y'all, on some real, it's like when you in a marriage and a commitment, and I grew up with this man, and he's hurt me, and it's crazy because he's also helped me grow to become the woman I am today. But when you hurt somebody and you dismantle a bond, that's the hardest thing to get over. Heartbreak is like the worst thing to get over.
finally turning the page. Rashida has been through her fair share of struggles, heartache, dishonesty, and the constant pressure of being in the public eye. But now, things have shifted. She's done playing nice and has made it clear that Jasmine will no longer have a place in her life. Rashida's main focus is protecting her home, her peace, and the people she loves. She's standing by Kirk with more strength than ever, and she's not letting the drama back in. People close to her say Rashida is the one calling the shots behind the scenes. She's been encouraging Kirk to take legal action and do whatever it takes to make sure Jasmine stays out of their lives for good. This isn't just about being supportive, it's about taking charge. She's focused on building a stable future and leaving all the chaos in the past. Meanwhile, Jasmine isn't backing down quietly. Word is, she's plotting a comeback and claiming she still has more to say. She's been hinting that Kirk hasn't been there for their son, Cannon, and that she has proof to back it up. Jasmine is trying to change the narrative, saying she's the one who's been wronged all along. The problem? Kirk's case is tight. He has security camera footage, official reports, and witnesses who saw Jasmine's outburst that night. His team says she's not a concerned mother. She's someone who keeps stirring up trouble. Even so, Jasmine is speaking out. She says Kirk has tried to silence her from the beginning, accusing him of trying to hide their affair and make her look unstable. According to her, he used pressure and fear to control the story when everything first came out. But here's the catch. She still hasn't shown any real proof. Without solid evidence, her claims are starting to feel more like accusations than truth. Some people believe she's genuinely upset, while others think she's clinging to her past with Kirk to stay in the spotlight, especially after being on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. When she first shared her story, the public was divided. Some viewers saw her as someone who had been hurt, while others thought she was chasing attention. Now, with Kirk backed by legal support and Rashida firmly in his corner, Jasmine's road ahead looks steep. Whatever move she makes next, it's going to take more than just words to turn things around. Jasmine has been catching a lot of heat online lately. People are calling her out, saying she knew from the start that Kirk was married but still chose to
Conversation with Kirk and Rashida. Boy, okay. She brought up, the defects case with Cannon because he's been tardy a lot. And I'm just like, you haven't been concerned about anything in years. This is my first time hearing from you.
So she wants to bring up all the negativity as opposed to taking control and being a real stepmother.
get involved with him. When she popped up at his house uninvited that night, many thought she was just trying to stay relevant. Some even believed it was a stunt to grab attention. But what if there's more to the story? What if Jasmine actually has something that could turn things upside down? She doesn't exactly have the cleanest track record, and in the past, some thought she was just being dramatic. But every once in a while, the person who seems the loudest actually has a point. If Jasmine has messages, emails, or voice recordings that make Kirk look bad, it could change everything in an instant. Still, none of that mattered in court. The judge wasn't swayed by her emotional claims, and Kirk walked away with a clear win. The court sided with Kirk on all fronts. The restraining order was granted, keeping Jasmine away from both him and his home. She was also found guilty of harassment and trespassing. The judge didn't see her actions as just emotional outbursts. They were seen as a real threat. Now, if she violates that order or acts out again, she could face serious consequences, including heavy fines or even time behind bars. But Kirk's not stopping there. He's now pushing for full custody of their son, Cannon. Given the recent drama, including the night Jasmine showed up and the legal issues that followed, his chances of getting custody are starting to look strong. His legal team is arguing that Cannon needs a calm and steady environment, and they're saying Jasmine's behavior proves she can't provide that. Of course, Jasmine isn't just backing off. She's accusing Kirk of being absent as a father, and claims he's never truly taken care of their child. She's still talking about asking for more child support, and wants to prove that he hasn't been involved the way he should. But with each legal setback, her position seems to weaken. Public opinion isn't leaning her way anymore either. Even though she lost in court, Jasmine isn't done speaking out. She's still warning that she has more dirt on Kirk, and says the full story hasn't been told. But the question remains. Does she actually have proof? Or is she just trying to stay in the spotlight? At the same time, Rashida hasn't flinched. She's standing by Kirk, staying calm through all the noise. It looks like, after everything they've been through, she and Kirk are finally working together and focused on leaving the chaos behind. So now the real question is, did Jasmine push things too far? Or is Kirk using the system to shut her down? Is she really holding on to secrets that could shake things up? Or is it all just talk? Guess we'll have to wait and see how this plays out.